This is a warning sign unique to Europe, a very straightforward way of telling you, watch out for thieves. Wear your backpack on your chest and hide your cash in your undergarments. Walking down the street, you need to stay alert like a street smart local, keeping your eyes peeled and your ears pricked. You could say this is the unwritten rule for traveling in Europe. From Italian thieves going viral for ransacking Chinese tour groups to the theft at the Louvre in France. The once romantic and laid-back Europe now has a density of thieves as pervasive as the air itself. People even joke that even if God himself came here, he wouldn't get away without leaving something behind. Statistics from overseas websites show that Italy has the highest rate of pickpocketing in the world, with 478 reports of theft per million tourists. France ranks second, and Spain third, all far exceeding the global average. Wait, shouldn't these developed nations have robust social welfare systems? So why have they become a pickpocket's paradise? Is it really a lack of police presence, or do Europeans have an innate obsession with theft? Hello everyone, this is Kanchai. Today let's talk about the normalized tititainment theft in Europe. Speaking of the history of theft in Europe, great French novelist Victor Hugo already left his mark in Les Miserables. During the 1832 June Rebellion, Jean Valjean stole a loaf of bread and was sentenced to 19 years of hard labor. If that happened today, it would definitely go viral. Such draconian punishment has given European theft culture a tragic quality that the public can empathize with. Thus, compared to the rich evading taxes, the poor stealing bread to survive, while illegal is seen as understandable. However, in the 21st century, street theft in Europe is no longer what the textbooks describe. Judicial penalties have swung to the other extreme. They are both lenient and sluggish, which is absolutely jaw-dropping. Even the French acknowledge this in their 2023 fiscal performance report. In recent years, the national clearance rate for burglaries has hovered around 10 for years. By the time police actually catch a thief, they might have already toured all of Europe using the stolen loot. Plus, as long as the thieves are minors or don't steal large amounts, it's hard to get actual jail time. Spanish law is even more absurd, where stealing anything under 400 euros is just a misdemeanor. Even if police catch them red-handed, at most they just register an ID and then let them go home to have their coffee. Moreover, due to the severe backlog in the Spanish judicial system, trials for such misdemeanors often drag on for 6 to 9 months, but with a statute of limitations for misdemeanors of only 1 year. By the time a trial is scheduled, many cases have already expired and are simply dismissed. The thieves walk away unscathed, continuing to operate with impunity. So, for European thieves, legal loopholes are the code to wealth. Over time, thieves have even figured out the most profitable professional routines. Once in the subway, they deliberately avoid uniformed police officers, targeting female tourists wearing high heels. Even if they are robbed, the victims can't catch them. On busy streets, some gangs have even developed a shift system, ensuring 24-hour coverage by staking out routes tourists must take to ensure a steady daily income. Some gangs operate with a division of labor, like one person doing the actual stealing line, while another provides cover to distract the victim. Once they succeed, they immediately pass the loot to a third party to whisk it away, making it impossible for ordinary tourists to defend themselves. Let's analyze this using the economic cost-benefit model. Assuming a professional pickpocket makes 200 euro a day, which is roughly double the minimum wage in France. If we calculate based on a 50 success rate and a 10 chance of getting caught, their expected daily gain is 200 times 50 minus 200 times 10, resulting in a net profit of about 80 euro. If they're young, they might not even be punished, just warned and released. It's a no-lose situation, and that's not even accounting for career advancement opportunities. Newcomers start out by pickpocketing wallets. Once they're skilled, they upgrade to unlocking smartphones. Senior members handle fencing and money laundering. The more advanced the role, the bigger their cut. It's just like leveling up in a game. Hard not to get hooked. What's even more outrageous is the general inaction of police across European countries, which only fuels the normalization of theft. Data from the French Police Union in 2023 shows that frontline officers handle 23 theft cases annually, but less than 15 of those thieves are actually caught and brought to trial. This has made foreign pickpockets increasingly rampant, and thieves in Nice in southern France even hold outdoor morning meetings every every day to report on the previous day's performance, just like a real job. Even more ironically, in Spain, the annual San Sebastian Film Festival in August has become a carnival for pickpockets. They swarm celebrity hotels, specifically targeting stars' sunglasses and wigs. These celebrity-related items can be sold on the black market for 3 times their original value. The local police's response is usually the same: we're understaffed. We need to prioritize security for the film festival. As for the thieves, since the victims are mostly tourists anyway, they just turn a blind eye and drag their feet. After all, the 1-year statute of limitations flies by. Even if they are caught, the penalties are negligible. Prisoners in Europe aren't exactly doing hard labor. Most prisons offer 2 or 4 person rooms equipped with TV, internet, air conditioning, and even a gym and a library. You can even visit with your spouse in private rooms. Swedish prisons even provide scythes and Netflix subscriptions. Some Italian prisons are so nice, they're comparable to 3-star hotels. They've even appeared in travel guides. That's not serving time, that's practically a vacation. This excessive emphasis on human rights effectively ends up condoning crime while undermining the rights of law-abiding citizens. So is this European issue really unsolvable? Actually, no. The simplest solution is to take a page from China's playbook. Promoti cashless QR. Statistics show that in 2023, mobile payment penetration in China reached 86. People don't even carry cash when they go out shopping anymore, and phones are always glued to their hands. Thieves can roam the streets, but they won't find any cash or even a chance to swipe a phone. And I'm not trying to brag here, but since the reform and opening up, living standards, moral values, and respect for the law in China have consistently improved, which has significantly reduced the number of thieves. The overall crime rate has dropped. After all, in the past, many pickpockets only resorted to theft when they were desperate, and nowadays the vast majority of people can earn a living through legitimate work, making it unnecessary to risk crossing the legal line. After all, who wants to jeopardize their child's future in the civil service? However, this improvement in physical security doesn't mean crime has vanished, but rather that it has morphed into new forms. As traditional pickpocketing becomes less viable, some criminals have pivoted to new territory, such as the increasingly prevalent telecom and cyber fraud. Opportunists have realized that stealing on the street is less profitable than hiding in an overseas base, making a few calls and sending malware links. In fact, fraud cases now account for over 60 of all criminal cases in China, with the vast majority being telecom and cyber fraud. Ultimately, the rampant theft in Europe has torn off the fig leaf of modern civilization that Westerners love to boast about. It's laughable, really. The law has become a paper tiger, and law enforcement is just child's play, where even cultural landmarks like the Louvre have become crime scenes. The gap in civilization is truly staggering. No matter how many centuries your museum collection span, tourists actually have to sew their cash into their underwear just to feel a basic sense of security. What right do these developed countries have to talk about civilization? China took 20 years to drop theft rates by 82, not through moral preaching, but by making stealing a losing proposition. I hope Europeans realize that to deal with thieves, humanistic care isn't the answer. Forcing them to quit is, after all, the most effective anti-theft measure. It is making the thief realize that the crime isn't worth the cost.